Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome back for another card video. Today I'm using this embossing folder by Stampin' Up. It's actually retired. I'm also using this My Favorite Things Arch Stacks and this honey set by Inky Antics. It's so adorable. So what I'm going to do is start by taking some Daffodil Delight cardstock and running this embossing folder through my Big Shot. I'm going to make this embossed cardstock a little more interesting by adding some clear embossing powder on the honeycomb. So it's gonna look kind of like honey. So what I'm gonna do is take my Versa marker and my tip, the fine tip fits right in the groove, so I'm just gonna color it and it'll go on both sides. And I'm trying to color an area that will be just inside that arch that I'm gonna cut out. So I'm gonna sprinkle this with some clear embossing powder and heat it to set it. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see what it looks like. It's a really cool look. I'm going to put my arch on top of this so I could see how much more of these honeycombs I need to clear emboss. So here is the last of it. Now I'm going to take a piece of A2 size Neenah cardstock and put my arch in the lower left hand corner. I also trimmed 1/8 of an inch on all sides. I'm going to stamp this bee that looks like it's kind of coming out of the hive. And this is Memento ink, and I'm also going to stamp my bear with that extra piece of cardstock that came out of my Neenah. I'm going to whip through this coloring pretty quickly. My bear is going to be E57, E55, and I actually normally use E53, but I discovered that E31 is a little bit of a better match. So I'm going to use the E31 as my lightest color. You can see that I'm coloring in areas because it does dry a little bit, and I think it blends a little bit better if you do section by section. And now moving on to his legs and doing all 3 colors once again. And you'll notice that there's kind of an unblended line around his nose, and I didn't really like that. So I'm going to take my E31 again, and I'm going to go over that whole area. And I've actually been doing this a lot lately, is taking the lightest color and just doing one more round to get all of those colors blended. This is a Micron 05 pen. I just want to color his nose in so that it's solid black. And then I'm going to put this off to the side because I want it to dry before I do my next colors. For my bee, I'm doing Y15 and Y11, my 2 favorite yellow colors. So I'm going to do his head and his body with these 2 colors. And you can see I have B000, and I'm just going to draw some diagonal stripes. And this is going to kind of make it look like my bee has these sort of transparent wings, and almost like they're reflective off the sky. Now that my bear has had a chance to dry, I'm going to finish off the honey pot with Y15 for the honey. And then I decided to go with green because I thought that would look good with the yellow. The reason why I let my brown dry a little bit is because if it's still wet, then my green might bleed a little bit into my brown, and I didn't want that. All right, so now that I'm done with my pot, I'm going to cut him out with a scissor. For this sentiment, I'm going to use one that came with the set. I'm just going to stamp it onto some black cardstock with Versamark ink, and then I'll put some white embossing powder on it, and I'm going to cut a banner out of that. Now I wanted to put some splatters on, so I cut a quick mask for my bee so he didn't get any splatters on him. And I'm going to do yellow and black, so I'm going to put some water on my brush, you can see here. And if I have too much water, then I kind of put some on my craft mat. If you have too much water, you're going to get giant droplets. If you have just a little bit of water, you're going to get small droplets. I want to keep my droplets pretty small so they're subtle on this card. So I'm going to take black now. Notice that I'm wiping the barrel of my brush because a lot of times there'll be water on there and it drops a big water drop on your cardstock, and that's not good. So anyway, so I did not enough water because my droplets came out really, really tiny. So I'm adding a little bit more water. Now you can see they got a little larger, and that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to pick this up so you can see how small they are. So it's just really subtle. I'm going to put some Scotch foam tape on the back of this panel, and I'm going to place it over my honeycomb and secure it in place there. And then I'm going to flip this over and add some tape runner to the back of my Daffodil Delight panel and add this to a card base that's Daffodil Delight. Now I added some Scotch foam to my bear and a little bit of 2-way glue because it's going to be partially on the yellow, partially on the white. Same thing with my banner. I'm going to put the 2-way glue where it's going to hit the white area. And then I'm going to put a piece of Neenah cardstock on the inside, and this little tiny cute bee also comes with a set. So I'm going to have him coming in from the corner, and I'm going to color him with the same 2 yellow colors quickly. And that is the card for today. So another dry embossing card for the challenge for this month. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.